Hi, I'm Craig Rowland from Sandfly Security, and today we're going to be talking about an intrusion detection topic that is what I call basically signatures versus tactics. Now, the way the industry works is you get a bunch of signatures for a bunch of specific things, and you're constantly needing to update this hamster wheel of new malware signature, new UR rules, things like that all the time. This is very time consuming. It's also very resource intensive. You're constantly updating things all the time. And even worse than that, it's so easy for an attacker to change their tools that all of a sudden it just doesn't work anymore. I can download a piece of malware off Linux that has a polymorphic encryption tied onto it. So every time it replicates itself, it re-encrypts itself with a new key, and it makes looking inside that file much harder, for instance. There are other ways, too, to obfuscate these code so that cryptographic hashes don't work and things like that. The other way to do it, which is what Sandfly does, is we're looking at the tactics and techniques that attackers are doing, and these tend to be timeless. And what I mean by that is that there are only so many ways to hide a process, regardless of what malware is doing it. There's only so many ways to alter log files. There's only so many ways to tamper with a user in a way to make sure they have persistence. So these are the tactics that attackers use, and that is almost always a better way to focus on getting an early warning of an intrusion onto a computer rather than looking for a constant stream of updates that go out of date. I'll give you an example of how this approach works. So a couple of years ago, when the CIA and NSA had all that source code leaked off WikiLeaks, everyone ran to the repositories to look at the source code. I mean, I did too. I wanted to see what these guys are up to. But the difference is the approach and what happened. So most people went to these repositories to look at what cool 0 days these guys came up with, and that's fine. I went there, however, to look for the tactics that these people were using once they got onto a system to maintain persistence and to establish their base. The difference is this: a 0-day attack, it sounds cool, but they have a shelf life of hours or maybe at most days after they're released before they're patched and completely mitigated. They go stale very, very fast. It's almost completely useless looking for the things. However, the tactics that these people will use to get onto these systems and maintain access and establish communications, do all this other stuff, that's going to be timeless. So if you're going after the tactics that they're using, you're actually much more severely disrupting the operation of those attackers versus just getting rid of some 0-day attack, which is going to be patched anyway, right? So what I recommend you do from, again, a threat hunting intrusion detection perspective is kind of move away from this mindset of we're going to have another signature, another signature, another signature. We need more signatures, more signatures, more signatures. But instead, say, right, these are the tactics this person's using. These are how these tactics are being implemented on the system that we can spot very reliably if we see them. We know that it's an anomaly in that system. It shouldn't happen. And we're going to start hunting for those instead. I think if you kind of shift your thinking this way, you'll find your threat hunting and your intrusion detection efficiency is going to go way up. You're not going to have to update your systems constantly, and you're just overall going to be much more effective because if people go changing attacks, new 0 days come out all the time. If you're going after the tactics of once they get on that system to hide, once they get on the system how they're going to move, you start interrupting those, now you're causing those people a lot of difficulty, and you're just going to find out that you're doing less work and you're more effective. That's all great. So again, I'm Craig Rowland. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and also my Twitter feed, Craig H. Rowland. We're going to have more of these forensic videos and forensic tips and tactics coming out. Thanks again for watching. Bye.